After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on first down, Allen on the screen. This is Eckler. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense...
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Taken from just outside the 30. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Get hot. 13. 11. 12. Get hot.
Garoppolo now. It's caught by Coleman. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go. 180. I got this.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3-and-out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they? And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And into the end zone. A pick 6 from the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
score first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Switch up.
Now Allen to try again after the pick six. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Allen will try again on second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be third down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Throwing again on second down. Allen. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Shaq Lawson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's Coleman. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The 44-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I got you.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Block.
Watch out.
65.
To throw is Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Man left. You got
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, gun. Dick.
Watch twist.
White. Hey, orbit.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play now. They've got his man complete. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
11. I got you.
Check.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This is Coleman with the ground. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
65.
22-jet bomber. Switch.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Open man is born. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Gun. Here we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
Here we go.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Now Allen operating from the gun. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
White.
Check 3.
Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Here we go.
Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Tight dog. Check.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Here we go.
Kill.
They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd and 1, Garoppolo. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
11.
San Francisco.
Check 13.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Mike's 50.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Complete, Smith has it. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo as his guys continue to pour it on. now Gold for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Niners 45, Bills nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster, 66 yards. And the Bills are able to make things a bit more respectable. Hauschka adds the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Wait.
First down.
Check 50. Check 50.
I got you. 21.
Shift. Watch the shift.
No.
On first down, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
I'm going back to you. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Showing it, showing it.
One, Omaha. Man.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down. Here's Allen to throw it. And the grab by Croft. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Allen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Allen from the gun, he'll throw. Allen hit, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. He's going deep for Brown. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's Allen. He gets it to Brown. Good play. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards. Allen now on 1st down. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills claw one back.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Here we go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback. And all call. 21. Slam. 25. Check 25.
They will run again with Coleman. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Check, 59.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. On the return, here's Agnew. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Got an open man. It's Foster. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Allen going to throw. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Throwing on first down is Allen. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. The 20.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Coleman. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Recon, 152 fighter.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So the victory here for San Francisco. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the 49ers, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.